Congratulations, you are now trapped in the Hall of Horrors. To escape, type which city you're from and what time you're listening to this in the comment section below. Now, relax all your muscles and let the scary stories swallow you whole. I live on the second floor. That's important. The window beside my bed opens out onto nothing, just the sloped roof below and a row of pine trees beyond the backyard. I've never had any reason to worry about it until last week. It was around 2:46 a.m. I remember the exact time because I was scrolling my phone trying to fall asleep when I heard the first sound, a light, rhythmic scraping. At first, I thought it was the wind dragging a branch across the window pane. That happens sometimes during storms, but when I peeked outside, the trees weren't moving. The air was still, no wind, no rain. And then I heard it again, closer this time, a deliberate, unmistakable scratching. Not fast or frantic, slow, measured, like fingernails dragging in long strokes against the glass. That's when I sat up and froze. My blinds were down, so I couldn't see anything out the window, but I didn't dare lift them. I don't know why, I just knew I shouldn't. Instead, I leaned in quietly, barely breathing, trying to listen. The scratching stopped. Then, tap, 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 3 soft knocks on the glass from the outside on a second floor window. I wanted to tell myself it was some kind of animal, a bird, a raccoon, but birds don't knock and raccoons don't scratch with that kind of patience. I waited. My hand hovered over my phone, not sure whether to turn on the flashlight or call someone. But who do you call when something's tapping on your second floor window in the dead of night? Then came the whisper, faint, garbled, like it wasn't quite human. I couldn't make out the words, but it was definitely coming from the other side of the glass. Something was out there, whispering my name, but that was just the beginning. The next night, it returned. Same time, same sound. Scratch, scratch, tap, tap, tap. This time, I got brave, or stupid, and cracked the blinds just enough to peek. There was nothing there, but the moment I let the blinds fall back into place, the scratching resumed. I thought I was alone. I wasn't. I started sleeping in the living room after that, but the scratching followed. Now it came from the patio door, then the kitchen window, always around 2:46 a.m., always slow, always deliberate. And every time, I swear, he gets closer. I finally told my neighbor, but of course she didn't believe me. Not until last night, when she stayed up with me in the living room. We were sitting in the dark, waiting. I was praying it wouldn't happen, that maybe it had all been a dream, sleep, paralysis, something explainable. But right on time, tap, 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 she turned white. Then came the whisper again, garbled, croaking, just outside the glass. And finally we saw it, a face pressed against the glass, grinning, but it wasn't right. The eyes were all wrong, too far apart, too big, like it was wearing someone's face stretched over something else. That's when I knew I was being watched. We ran. We didn't sleep that night. We haven't gone back to that building, but here's what's messed up. It followed me. I'm writing this from my parents' house across the state, but last night at 2:46 a.m., I heard it again. Scratch, scratch, tap, tap, tap. Should have just called the police. Do you think bullets and batons can stop a supernatural stalker? Let me know down in the comments section. Alright, you're not going to believe what the next person went through. You ever hear that superstition? Don't look in the mirror after midnight. I used to laugh at stuff like that. Urban legends, Bloody Mary, all that. Just stories to spook kids at sleepovers. But now, I tape a towel over every mirror in my apartment after dark, because I know what happens when you don't. It started 2 weeks ago. I was brushing my teeth just after midnight. I'd stayed up too late binging old horror movies, go figure, and was standing in the bathroom half asleep, foam in my mouth, when I noticed something off. My reflection blinked before I did, just a fraction of a second early, but I saw it. I froze, stared at the mirror. My reflection stared back. I raised my left hand. It copied me, tilted my head. Same. Everything looked normal, but I couldn't shake the feeling something was wrong. Then it smiled. I wasn't smiling. The lights flickered, but I wasn't near the switch. That snapped me out of it. I ran out of the bathroom and slammed the door. Told myself I was overtired, seeing things, stress maybe. But the next night, I checked again. And this time, It was still smiling, even when I wasn't. Its teeth were just a little too sharp, its eyes a little too wide. That's when I started taping a towel over the bathroom mirror before bed. I figured, easy fix, don't see it, don't deal with it. I wish I could say it ended there. But a few nights later, I forgot. Around 12:15 a.m., I went to get water and passed the hallway mirror. Out of the corner of my eye, I caught it again. My reflection wasn't walking in sync. It was slower, dragging its feet. I stopped, turned toward the mirror. So did it. But when I stepped back, it didn't. It just stood there, staring, smiling. I backed away slowly, not breaking eye contact. I didn't know what else to do. I felt like if I looked away, it would move. The second I turned the corner and broke line of sight, I heard it. The soft tapping of fingers against glass. It was on the other side of the mirror, scratching, tapping, trying to get out. That night, I covered every mirror in the apartment, even the little compact in my bag, even the TV screen, and I started sleeping with the lights on, but it didn't stop. Last night, I woke up to a noise in the bathroom, dripping. I hadn't used the sink. The towel over the mirror was gone. On the floor, wet, and written across the mirror, in something red and dripping, were 5 words. You looked. Now I see. I screamed. I ran. Slept in my car. I don't know what it is. Some version of me that doesn't belong here. A shadow. A copy. A thing pretending to be me. But it gets worse. Tonight, while I was packing to leave the apartment for good, I caught a glimpse of my reflection again. Just a flash. It wasn't smiling this time. It was mouthing words, over and over. I leaned in to read its lips. Let me in. Still watching? Type creepy in the comments section below. I'm taking notes on all the hardcore horror fans in the community. You guys are awesome. Okay, seriously. I thought I'd heard it all until I got this next story. It started with a sound. Not a creak, not a rattle, not the usual old house noises you shrug off at night. Breathing, deep, measured, inhale, hold, exhale. I live alone, and no, I don't have a dog. So you can imagine how fast I froze the first time I heard it. Lying in bed around 2 a.m., all the lights off, no windows open, and this rhythmic sound echoing faintly through the vents. At first, I told myself it was the AC, or maybe I was hearing my own breathing echo somehow. But that was just the beginning. Over the next few nights, the breathing got louder, closer. It didn't echo anymore. It felt like it was coming from the walls themselves. Then came the heat. Certain parts of the house started getting warm, like body temperature warm. Not hot like a radiator, warm like skin. The walls in the hallway would sometimes feel like they were pulsing under my palm, like I was touching something alive. And then I heard it again, closer this time. I swear on my life, I heard the house take a shuddering gasp right behind me as I reached for the light switch one night. I flipped it on and spun around. Nothing there, except the walls. They moved, just slightly, like something inside was shifting, breathing. I thought I was going insane until my friend Liza came over. She stayed for dinner and was helping me do dishes when she paused, brow furrowed. "You hear that?" she asked. I froze. "Hear what?" She leaned toward the kitchen wall, lips slightly parted. "It's like breathing." That's when I knew it wasn't just me. That night, I tried recording it. I set my phone on voice memo and left it running while I slept. The next morning, I played it back. 30 minutes in, I heard it. A low inhale, a rasping exhale, and then a whisper, "Don't leave." I dropped the phone. I didn't remember dreaming. I didn't speak in my sleep. Whatever that voice was, it wasn't mine. Last night, I made up my mind. I packed a bag, planned to stay at a hotel, but when I opened the front door, the air changed. Everything behind me went dead silent. No fridge hum, no creaking floorboards, no wind, just one long, drawn-out exhale. And then I felt it, Something like fingers brushing my back. I ran, slammed the door behind me and sprinted to my car. But here's the worst part. I just got back to grab the last of my stuff, and the walls are still breathing. They sound faster now. Excited, like they know I came back. And the front door, it won't open anymore. The house, it's not letting me leave. Thanks for listening. Now close your eyes and sleep.